Welcome everyone to Straight Edge TV. My name is Straight Edge and you are watching a first time reaction video of what went down on Monday Night Raw last night. Yes, it was the WWE Superstar Shake Up of 2018, and by God, was there a lot of superstars going from SmackDown to Raw last night. I'm going to talk to you about what happened last night. Just bear with me 1 second. And I will get through the list. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, like the video if you like the content that I'm providing, and also comment down below on what you would like to see going forward on SmackDown tonight, who you want to see on SmackDown tonight from Raw. And yeah, so basically let's start off with the opening segment of Monday Night Raw. It was none other than Jinder Mahal being introduced as the first superstar making his way over to Raw. United States Champion Jinder Mahal, that is. He wasn't happy with how he was being treated by Kurt Angle. Something about transport. But yeah, he basically said, we settle things in the ring. If you've got a problem, we settle them in the ring. You're putting your United States Championship on the line. And it was against the current Raw superstar at the time. It was up against none other than Jeff Hardy. So we had an opening bout of Jinder Mahal versus Jeff Hardy for the United States Championship. And Jeff Hardy won the belt. Jeff Hardy's now the new United States Champion. And Jinder Mahal, I'm a bit disappointed with, because I thought there would have been a reason why he got that major victory at WrestleMania for the United States Championship belt. With his gimmick being anti-American and everything, I thought he would have been a perfect fit for the United States Championship, but WWE have obviously got different plans. But first up, Jinder Mahal was the first SmackDown superstar that we saw on Monday Night Raw. The next lot was the Riot Squad: Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan, and we saw them completely obliterate Bayley and Sasha Banks. They just had a match and they took it out on them. Basically, they made an impression. It was basically how the Riot Squad entered SmackDown a couple of months ago. Basically the same. What they will do on Raw, I don't know, but I'm excited to find out what WWE has got planned for the trio. Next up, we had a segment of Miz TV, and we had an inkling that a superstar was coming over from SmackDown to Raw. And he was going to be announced, he or she was going to be announced on Miz TV, and it just so happens that it was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They were coming over to Monday Night Raw. As you know, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn lost their jobs on SmackDown Live a couple of weeks ago, losing the bout at WrestleMania, and they had a match against each other on Raw last week, which they failed to get a contract on Monday Night Raw. But yeah, it just so happens that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are now on Monday Night Raw. In regards to Stephanie McMahon's email, which Kurt Angle obviously didn't read, yeah, Stephanie McMahon instated them and gave them a Monday Night Raw contract. So I can't wait to see how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn get treated on Raw this time around. He was given a Universal Championship belt pretty quickly, I believe. I liked his run when he was beating John Cena and when he was feuding with AJ Styles. And Sami Zayn, he was just putting pointless feuds against Braun Strowman. And yeah, they deserve better. And I hope that WWE can use them perfectly on Monday Night Raw as a tag team or as single superstars. Either way, it's good enough for me. In the same segment, we saw Kurt Angle speak to The Miz regarding his status in WWE. We got told that The Miz is now going over to SmackDown Live, so he's now wrestled his last match on Monday Night Raw. But The Miz is going alone, and he is not going with the Miztourage of Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. So yeah, it's a good thing to see what will happen to The Miz in the future. I mean, he has got that Intercontinental Championship, the most Intercontinental Championship reigns looming over him. If he gets one more, I believe he has tied or he has equalled or he has overpassed Chris Jericho's run. But yeah, we'll wait to see what happens to The Miz, but we know that The Miz is going over to SmackDown and we will find that out tonight. Next up, we saw a segment between Sheamus and Cesaro, and none other than the Fashion Police, Breezango, was there. Breezango are the newly acquainted tag team on Monday Night Raw, and they was given a match against Sheamus and Cesaro, but don't forget they are 4-time former tag team champions. Sheamus and Cesaro probably the best tag team on the tag team roster at the moment, especially on the Raw side. But yeah, they had a match against Breezango, and Breezango actually got a surprise victory against them. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what WWE have got planned for Breezango in the future. Yeah, Breezango for the win, basically. Next up, we saw a backstage segment between Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle basically said that there was a new superstar coming to Monday Night Raw, and the camera panned, and we thought it was going to be Charlotte. I certainly thought it was going to be Charlotte, but it was none other than Natalya. So yeah, I'm not really excited about that one, but it is what it is. We'll see what WWE's got in store for her on the red brand. And she had a match against, I believe, one half of Absolution or something. I can't remember what. But yeah, it just shows that I don't really take much notice about Natalya. Ronda Rousey got involved, and yeah, could we see a feud or a tag team form between Ronda Rousey and Natalya in the next couple of months? I'm not too sure, but we'll soon find out. Next up, we saw Dolph Ziggler enter the Monday Night Raw roster, and he had a segment with Titus Worldwide of Titus O'Neil and now Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews has got his name back, and yeah, he said that only one thing has changed, that he didn't come alone. Dolph Ziggler from SmackDown Live. What he means by he didn't come alone was none other than NXT's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is now a part of the Monday Night Raw roster. What a revitalised career he has now in WWE, former NXT champion, and he looks like he's going to tag team with Dolph Ziggler. This could be huge for the pair of them, and I love the tag team finisher that they have got, the zigzag and the kick. Oh, what! I can't wait to see what's in store for Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Next up, we saw a TV package of Baron Corbin, the former Andre the Giant Memorial Battle winner, and also former United States Champion winner, Baron Corbin. He is coming over to Monday Night Raw. And yeah, I've heard that there's major plans for Baron Corbin in the future. Could we see him challenging for the either Intercontinental or US Championship, or potentially going further, maybe the Universal Championship? Who knows? But Baron Corbin is certainly coming over to Monday Night Raw. And then finally, on the TV episode of Monday Night Raw, we saw earlier on in the day, or earlier on in the night, sorry, we saw that the Miz Taraj, the Miz, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was going to be involved in a 10-man tag team match. And that was against Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley and a mystery opponent. There's me hoping and praying that it was going to be Rusev on Rusev Day coming over to Monday Night Raw. But it was actually Bobby Roode, and I'm not... We'll see what happens with Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode coming over to Monday Night Raw. He didn't get the win, so I'm not too sure what's going to happen with Bobby Roode. Will he be in a mid-card feud? Will he be in a title feud? Who knows? But if you wanted to cement Bobby Roode as a major player on Monday Night Raw, I would have had him win the match. Especially when the Miz Taraj walked out on the Miz, that was quite comical. And we'll see what happens with Curtis Axel and the Miz. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas in the next couple of weeks of Raw. Especially now that they're on their own, will they go their separate ways? Will they still be part of a tag team? Who knows? But yeah, Bobby Roode was the last man on Raw to be announced that he was coming over to jump ship from SmackDown to Raw. That's what I thought was going to happen. That's what I thought everything was finished and done with. And then I read the internet, I read Twitter, and I saw that a couple of other superstars have been drafted. I know WWE like to do supplemental drafts. So quite a few superstars have changed from SmackDown to Raw, which wasn't televised. First up, we have got the Ascension, former NXT Tag Team Champions, major players in the Breezango feud, or the Breezango Fashion Police, the Fashion Files, So yeah, Ascension are coming over with Breezango. What could happen with them, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. Also, Mike Kanellis is coming over. I believe he's only wrestled about 2 matches on SmackDown Live. Yeah, not too sure. Not a major player for me. He's just become a father with Maria. But yeah, Mike Kanellis, who knows what he's going to do on Raw, sorry. But yeah, we'll see what happens on there. Another former Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner coming over to Monday Night Raw, and it's none other than Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley's not had much to do since his Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal win. He's had a meaningless feud against his former hype bro Zack Ryder. But apart from that, WWE have not used him correctly in the way that he should have been used. I mean, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal has become a bit of a joke anyway, but it's supposed to propel that person to the next level. And could that happen to Mojo Rawley on Monday Night Raw now? Also, we got told that, we found out on the internet that Zack Ryder's coming over to Monday Night Raw. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Zack Ryder. Whether they'll give him one last push, I'm not too sure. Whether his WrestleMania moment was the last thing that he could do for the company. But like Mojo Rawley, he's done nothing apart from being injured. Apart from the feud with Mojo Rawley, which went a bit sour. And surprisingly enough, there's one last one that was quite surprising for me, is that they're actually breaking up Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, which at the time I thought was quite a pointless tag team on SmackDown Live. It proved to be a pointless tag team in my eyes. But they've announced, WWE have announced that Chad Gable is going it alone. He's going to be a single superstar on Monday Night Raw. So what could that mean in the future for Chad Gable? Could he reunite with Jason Jordan when he comes out of injury, or when he comes back from injury? Could he potentially be in a feud with Jason Jordan? Who knows? But Chad Gable, it has been announced that he will be a Raw superstar and a singles competitor. So we'll find out what happens there. And yeah, so that's basically it from the Monday Night Raw side. One thing that we know is that The Miz is definitely going to SmackDown Live, so we'll see that tonight, and I'll probably do a reaction video to who gets drafted over to SmackDown tonight. I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, The Miz, a couple of other predictions which I think could happen. There was a segment regarding Elias on Raw. Rachel Young, obviously Rachel Young. Elias, one of the best things on Raw at the moment, in my eyes, of course. I think he could go over to SmackDown Live and probably, yeah, he could probably hold his own on SmackDown Live. He can hold the crowd. He's got the crowd behind him with his walk with Elias. Yeah, I think Elias could be a great fit for the SmackDown Live roster. And the last one I've got written down is Jeff Hardy. I think Jeff Hardy's going to be drafted to SmackDown because I can't really see Seth Rollins being drafted to SmackDown with the Intercontinental Championship. And I can't see the Intercontinental Championship and the US Championship being on one brand. So I believe that Jeff Hardy will make his way over to SmackDown Live tonight and take the United States Championship with him. So yeah, that is it from me. Everything regarding what happened last night on Monday Night Raw. That is the reaction video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll put out a reaction video for who comes over from Raw to SmackDown tomorrow. That will be with you tomorrow. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button also. And comment down below on what predictions you think will happen on the next episode of SmackDown Live, which is tonight. Who you want to see on SmackDown Live coming over from Raw. Yeah, just basically that. Thank you very much for tuning in. And until the next time, goodbye.